Hi everyone, welcome back to RainbowToastStudios. My name is Rainbow, and okay, so I'm recording a voiceover with Daisy next to me. She's chewing a bone, and we have some neighbors mowing their lawns, so we are doing some risky business right now. But I have for you today a shark encounter building in my Seaworld replica in ZT2. Get ready for some shark business here, some shark risky business. Okay, so I had this like big space left over after doing the Arctic encounter and stuff. That video is going to take a little while to come up because I did it in like a lot of parts and stuff. It's not actually done yet. I just wanted to be like, you know what? I need one video. I need one concise video that has one thing. Let me finish this like last space that's left over. And it was actually perfect for the shark building. Because, okay, what I wanted to do, pro tip, I got into my animals, I looked at the sharks that I had, and I decided which sharks I wanted. And we end up with Goblin Shark because it's nice and small. The great white shark, obviously, because it's fun. The hammerhead shark, because it's amazing. And it looks great, like going around pirate ships and stuff. It's awesome. And the blacktip reef shark and manta rays. That is what we settle on. Didn't really want to do a whale shark because it is large and the enclosure is boring, so we did not do that. And there's not much to choose besides that. This was just what worked, so we are doing this. And of course, as usual, I'm not plotting anything out. I'm just like, here's my space, let's mix some shapes in it, and it worked out really nicely, I think. So something else I want to do with this video, you probably saw something in the title or thumbnail or whatever that has to do with it, is that I want to give you some shark fun facts. Most of these I know from my career experience. One of them, I have an article to link for you guys if you want more information. Yeah, I wrote all this out. I have notes. Because I was just thinking, like, am I gonna talk during this video? Should I just put music or something? Should I be like, here's a shark building and leave it alone? But no, we are gonna have some fun with it. We are going to go through some shark fun facts. So, biggest fact, sharks are fish. Sharks are fish. They aren't mammals or anything else. They are big scary fish, and they are related to stingrays. They have like the same kind of feeling skin. If you've ever pet a stingray at SeaWorld or any other aquarium that has that, that is pretty much what a lot of sharks feel like. Not all of them. They all have a little bit different skin, but pretty much the same. They have like a gooey exterior that helps protect their skin. Underneath the gooey exterior, they're like sandpapery. I didn't have that written down. That's just a nice little additional fact for you. You're welcome. They don't have any bones, just cartilage. And okay, going into the sharks that we have here today, great whites cannot survive in captivity. You might have known this. This is one of the ones, this is the one that I have the article for, or a video, whichever you prefer. I will link both in the description. A huge mystery surrounding why great whites can't survive in captivity, because pretty much everything else can. Like, if you give it enough space, if you give it the right temperature, the right food, everything like that. I mean, you have enormous whales that survive in captivity fine. There are a lot of proposed reasons why this could possibly happen, including one reason that it's possible that just them being able to be captured means that they are unhealthy and are already in the process of dying. Like, just because imagine how hard it would be to capture a huge shark like that and like and then what it goes through in being captured and then being put into an aquarium. You have injuries, stuff like that. There's all sorts of reasons, but it doesn't make sense because you have like so many other animals that are difficult to keep, like whale sharks. Whale sharks are enormous. Juveniles are like 20 feet long. They're the size of school buses, but we still have them in captivity. That still was a thing that was managed. So like, why can a smaller shark not survive in captivity? So I looked it up. The longest a great white shark was in captivity was 6 months. But there's a big but there because most of them only survived a couple days to a couple weeks. The 6 months one is because it was very small. It was still surviving on fish, and it was in an enormous tank that was made for open ocean species to like rehabilitate. And yeah, it was there for 6 months, and then it started killing everything near it. And they're like, yeah, we should probably release it. So that happened. And so that was like, I think the only case of a great white surviving in captivity. Everything besides that died a couple days to a couple weeks max. Again, no one knows why. There's so many scientists that are consulting for it, that are giving the best possible care to them, and they still die. So that's really weird. Put your theories in the comments. Again, I'll link the video and the article in the description so you can get a little bit more information and maybe come up with your own theories on it. So most sharks, and I've said this before, another little fact is that most sharks have to keep moving to breathe. It's also why they can't be kept in a square tank. They have to be kept in tanks like this middle one, with the little like pirate mast in it. That is usually what you'll see a shark tank look like. That's what the Seaworld one looks like. You want it to be an oval because then if a shark is sleeping, and of course it swims while it sleeps, it bumps into a wall, it can like sort of adjust its course and like be okay. But if you have it in a square, then it's going to constantly be waking up and just be really stressed out, and that's going to cause a premature death also. Another random whale shark fact. I love whale sharks so much, but yeah, I didn't want it in here because it's too big, and the tank is boring because it doesn't have like anything. It doesn't have any rocks or anything. You can't be swallowed by a whale shark. You might look at that and be like, that could fit a whole human. Like technically, yeah, but you wouldn't be swallowed by it because something I learned at the Georgia Aquarium when I was there is that actually the fish that are in the same tank as the whale sharks often do accidentally get sucked into the whale shark's mouth. But the whale shark expels them, I'm pretty sure it's through their gills. They have some big old gills that filter everything that is too large out. They only want really small little plankton. They're filter feeders. They don't want all of the big stuff and big meat. They don't want your leg. So I think if you were to accidentally get sucked up by their mouth by accident, accidentally by accident, yes, you would get spit back out. But I don't think they would. They're like super chill. I don't think that would happen. Facts about the Goblin Shark. So the Goblin Shark is the little boy that we are putting in this aquarium down by the theater. Yes, that's a theater down there. That's my my Pets Ahoy theater. My Pets Ahoy minus the pets. It's just animals. It's people dressed like animals. That's what it is. Going back to random general facts. Sharks can actually exist in rivers. They don't only exist in oceans. It's not very common, but like bull sharks are just... Bull sharks are really some go-getters, okay? They have been known to like breed with other subspecies and like they find a way. They find a way to do anything. They find a way to survive in fresher water and everything like that. This part, I start putting in the brief interlude, brief break from the shark facts to actually talk about what I'm doing. I'm putting this in. I skipped most of it because it took a very long time to cover this thing, as you can imagine. But getting back to shark facts. Sharks sense electrical impulses in an organ called the ampullae of Lorenzini. It's like a nose for electricity. And it's also why the recommended way to get a shark away from you is to punch them in the nose, because then you confuse their organ, their electrical organ, and they get kind of like dazed. And it is super sensitive, and it's actually strongest in hammerheads. It's our hammer boys. They have a big old space in between their eyes to have a huge ampullae of Lorenzini. And they also have 360-degree vision with their amazing eyes on the end of their heads that actually kind of overlap. So they not only have like this amazing separate vision on both sides, but they have no blind spot because their eyes are kind of like leaning in, and they have that amazing ampullae of Lorenzini. So like you cannot escape. You cannot escape the hammerhead. But they would not want to eat you. They actually love eating stingrays. So that's why they have such a big ampullae of Lorenzini, is because stingrays will, of course, hide under the sand, or they will camouflage themselves with the sand. So they need something else to be able to see, sort of like a radar. They can radar sense their prey. And I meant to mention the lights. So in your aquariums, you'll want to put the lights in. You'll really only need one, and that immediately lights up the whole thing. Without the light, it's a little dark, especially with your like deep sea aquarium types. You might be okay for like a reef. That one's pretty bright, but like the pelagic and everything, that's pretty dark. You'll want to put a light in there. I put a light in everything, and a filter on everything. That's pretty important as well. One of the most amazing sharks ever is the Greenland shark, and there's another name for it. I don't remember what it is. I was too lazy to look it up. But the Greenland shark, you'll be able to find it if you look that up. I think there's like 2 subspecies of it, and that's why there's 2 different names. It's amazing. It lives in the Arctic. It lives where it is very, very cold and frozen. And it generally hangs out pretty deep and just moves super slow. And something kind of freaky is like it gets its eyes eaten by parasites because it doesn't really need them, so it doesn't care. Oh yeah, I had to make some holes to put them in. Especially this one was kind of hard. And I put the Goblin Shark in it by accident, but that was meant to be for the hammerheads. But the most amazing thing about them is that they live a crazy long time. A ridiculously long time. And I don't want to give you the wrong number, but I feel like there are some that are like 700 years old that we've come across, and we don't actually know what limit there is to their age. Like, it's one of those things where it's like, well, this has been around since like the Civil War. Who knows when it can die? That's awesome. I love that. And they do look pretty creepy. The Goblin Shark, let's check out our little goblin friend. The Goblin Shark does not look that creepy in this game. It does, but like, you have to be right up in its face, and even then, like, the low graphics of 2008 they don't really do the real life fear justice. I don't recommend you look up a goblin shark picture unless you are like very much prepared and you're pretty sure you can handle some scary stuff, because they look terrifying. They're deep sea creatures. You know how those look. If you have any idea, they are very freaky. And they have this mouth that like juts out, and people used to be like dumbfounded. Why do they have this weird freaking mouth that's like hanging out? It's because they slingshot their mouth out to catch fish. What the heck? And I have one last fact to leave you on, my dear friends, is that hippos, deer, and cows all kill more people per year than sharks. Sharks don't kill that many people. You're more likely to be hit by a lightning strike. So yeah, it's all fun facts. Look at the octopus friend, yay! I love these little aquariums in here because, you know, the shark encounter buildings always have other little things, like they have the lionfish enclosure and the barracuda thing. We don't have barracudas, but barracudas are so creepy, by the way. I think, honestly, I would rather swim next to a shark, probably a nurse shark. Don't miss me with that great white shark, though. Than a barracuda, because a barracuda is just, they go from moving like super slow to super fast in no time. I mean, you saw Finding Nemo, you know that's pretty legit. They're terrifying. Okay, so that's all I have for today. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you enjoyed me deviating a little bit from the usual, just talking about what I did, and gave you some shark facts from my zookeeper experience and studying marine biology. All right. If you enjoyed this video, check out my other Seaworld videos. I'm going to try to make them a little bit more succinct in one thing. I think trying to plan out the whole park was a little bit too big and kind of too much. So yeah, check out the other Seaworld videos, or go over to my other speed builds where I don't give as many facts, but I mean, they're not super long and they're fun. I think they're fun. Okay. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching. I will see you all later. Bye-bye.
Hey there, it's your girl Rainbow. I'd really appreciate a like or checking out my other videos. Bye.